Alright guys, welcome back. Shh. He's sleeping, but let's wake him up. I figured I'd just take a break for about 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
Because we have 8 minutes. We're carrying a good bit of cargo. I mean, I don't know if we're going into mule territory. Because I want to do this one. Oh wait, what did it say? I should be good.
Order assigned.
Steep slope, cliff, Vogue. Oh, so we need our mask. Which we don't have, okay. Oh wait, we do. Container damage, not... okay.
Thank you.
Once we get there, then we can, get your stupid damn truck out the way.
Based on the Sam, we're in the corner.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I think we're going basically to the same place, except further to the right. What the? Come on. Why would it just turn right around and... And we have another one. Okay. Yeah, because this is the last person that we actually get some good stuff from if we bring their stars up a little bit, and she needs to be at level 4 for us to get a multi-rocket launcher. I'm pretty sure we had another zip line.
We've got company.
Yeah, can I move? Thank you. Oh, I'm trying to get way over here. Guess I really should have looked at that a little better. Okay, so, yeah. This one should help us out. So from here we need to go to... Um... Here, I don't know why we couldn't look at it before. $550 meters. Rolling over.
I'm turning over inside my grave. You're waking up to face a brand new day. The thoughts I tried to sway would not behave. I'm waiting for you to be laid out. Wait out, wait.
Construction complete.
I'm making up my mind to not decide. You're living up to your the fateful forced its face upon the prize. I'm making excuses for my rise, rise. I'm helpless and hopeful to remain so. You're reckless and ready to ever go. The silence sent to scream to the cold. I'm passing
Alright, that was a nice song. And yes, we fell down a hill. I thought he was just gonna slide. I didn't think he was gonna actually take a tumble. But we got everything that she needs. Wow, our battery is almost gone with these power legs. I was gonna say I can't pick it up. No reason in draining the battery on the mask or whatever. All we gotta do is get to the zip line, then we can zip line somewhere else, and then somewhere else, and then get to where we need to be from the zip line. So. I believe it's over here. Wow. Well, if we can get to this generator right here. Well, we didn't need to take the guns.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
We'll just deliver this lost thing.
Delivering cargo.
Pleasure as always, Sam. This will more than suffice. Thank you for going to the trouble.
Come on, get us to level 4. Oh, come on. So it looks like we'd have to do one more.
I set this aside for you, thinking you might like it. Do you have room to carry it?
Oh, what is it? It's tiny. Chemicals. Okay.
Well, research calls.
Good work. New order available.
Okay, so nothing where we come back. But let's go ahead and do this fish one. Let's go ahead and grab some more PCCs. Oh no, wait. Just one of those. That should be good. And let's see. Don't know why we need these. I have no idea. How much do we lose? It's only 10 pounds. Okay, so only 75. So the power skeleton that we have right now. Put that in the private locker. And we'll go ahead and make a all-terrain.
Order assigned. Delivery.
Whoops. So we're going back to Hartman's. So we have to do this within a half an hour, which I think we can do pretty easily. It's almost 1,000 meters there, but who knows?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, here's a zip line. See if it goes anywhere. Why even make it then? See, we're going there, so we can use it to our advantage. I swear a rock better not ever hit me. I'm pissed. kind of cheesed our way up here, but it's alright. And let's just make sure. Alright, 235, and we have another one up over there.
Construction complete.
And then hopefully we can even maybe grab another thing for the Evo Devo, because I have a feeling this tiny little thing isn't going to get us to 4. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to make another one right here. Because it won't be able to see it once we go any further.
Under construction.
Construction complete.
Let's see, his place is just right down here. Whoa there. Alright, and so how much is blocking? Can we, if we get it up here? Oh, whoops. Oh wow, we can. Hell yeah. You can do it if you put your mind to it.
Can't this thing work any faster?
Construction complete. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
Alright. Let's do the requested stuff first.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
What? Whatever, man. 7 minutes isn't good enough for you.
Thank you for your continued support. Good work. New order available. Please
Okay,
access
and
delivery
so
terminal
let's
for
see if there's
further-
anything for the Evo Devo lady. Yes, there is. We can even do premium. Because we have zip lines the entire way there. Let's go ahead and grab another ladder. I don't think we'll need any more, but let's just grab one. Wow.
Order assigned. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
When it comes to weapons or traveling terrain even a little bit better,
Keep on keeping
then
Weapons restriction.
these are worth it, I feel, because they're not taking up too much time, you know, and it's not like they're insanely hard. Especially when you build the zip lines in advance. I'm not sure which one. If we go more to the left. I feel like that one might be on a hill. But let's see. Yeah, and this one we can go here, then all the way down, and then just walk around, I think. This one, I think you have to go down a big old hill. Wow, that stupid bridge is obstructing it. Alright, just another 130 meters. We'll do the lost stuff first.
Excellent work. Well,
Good work. Delivering cargo.
thank you for coming. The cargo appears to be in good condition.
Perfect
been
condition.
careful.
There we go. Multi-rocket launcher.
I set this aside for you, thinking you might like it. Do you have room to carry it?
What, more special stuff? Yeah, I don't know what I'd use this for.
Take care, Sam.
Good work. New order.
That weapon is equipped with an advanced targeting mechanism. If you lock on and fire, you'll see exactly what I mean.
Alright. Anything back to Hartman? No. Then I don't care. Because now we just need to go back to Hartman.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
And actually, before we do, let's rest up and read our emails.
Your work is greatly appreciated. Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Okay, let's go ahead and get our stamina back. Take a shower. Check on Lou.
Oh,
And examine the weapons rack. Because, let's see, this is the sticky gun. Here's the grenade launcher. And then over here, multi-rocket launcher. Let's see if we can customize our stuff anymore. Oh. I'm an idiot. Let's check out the color scheme and some things. Yeah, that's still all the same. Ooh, I like that. Oh yeah, I wish these were in the color in the other ones, because these things are humongous. Alright, the geologist, chiral nightmares. Dear Sam, thank you. Thanks to you, the chiral contamination's all cleared up. Nasty symptoms though. Dizziness, headaches, insomnia. At first I was worried it was all down to my isolation in the shelter and the intense focus on my research for the past year. But it got real bad when the nightmares started. I saw the end of the world. A portal to the beach opening, and BTs pouring through by the thousands. There was nowhere to run, no time, and they began scooping us up one by one. And then the void outs came, bigger and bigger until a massive one, several massive ones, enveloped the whole world, and poof, just like that. When I told Hartman about it, he likens it to the visions of extinction dooms sufferers tend to experience. Talking about what we see, okay. It's strange, though. After all, we now have incontrovertible proof that chiralium is far from a recent addition to our world. Anyway, that's a problem for a different day. The important thing is that I'm cured, and it's all thanks to you. The spiritualist. The chiral network connects people, past and present. This oh my god. Jesus, lady. How are you, Sam? Oops. In good health and good spirits, I hope. I have to say the chiral network is quite impressive. Ever since you hooked the shelter up, my life has become much more exciting. I've been able to procure all sorts of goods that I have never seen before, and I've noticed quite a number of new structures going up nearby as well. I should also mention that I managed to unearth some old research data that may offer some insight into some of the more unusual phenomenon you might have experienced firsthand. I'm sure you have a vivid recollection of your many experiences in this scene, but it turns out that the person wandering around in it that you may have identified as yourself may not be you at all, but someone else entirely. You see, while everyone's beach belongs to them and them alone, the seam is an altogether different beast. I've read about people who had near-death experiences that involved the seam. when they came across this someone else there, they found themselves somehow saved by them in the real world. They'd even received care packages and the like in some instances. Remarkable, you'd agree. You might even say that the chiral networks bridged the gap between the world and that in more ways than we realized. Now, I still don't know who this someone else actually is. The fact that they're in the seam, though, would suggest that it's someone who's died, wouldn't it? Someone from the past, or in essence, the past is intervening to keep the present alive. It's comforting to think that it's not just BTs and other scary stuff that comes over from the other side. Maybe the Chiral Network can help us reconnect with more benevolent things and positive forces from the past as well. If I may, Sam, I don't suppose you could keep an eye out for this mysterious someone from the past the next time you visit the seam, could you? I don't know. Devo biologist. Will new life rise from the tar? Allow me to thank you again for your assistance, Sam. My tar analysis is ongoing, but I was somewhat surprised to discover that it contained chemical compounds which bore a striking resemblance to D amino acids. These so-called right-handed acids are rarely found in living organisms on Earth. Left-handed L-amino acids are what are generally expects. However, this sample of tar contained none save the rare variant. The hypothesis that this tar may function as a medium to summon the past into the present may be incomplete, for it may also give rise to new life comprised of D amino acids. New life more accustomed to thrive in a post-stranding world, perhaps? Would its rise coincide with the fall of L-amino acid-based life such as ours? All I know is, at this time, is that the stranding is almost certainly the source of this and countless other unexplained phenomena. However, what ultimately lies in store for this planet and its inhabitants remains a mystery. Let's see, hopefully I don't have too many interviews, because they tend to be the longest. We do have a couple. Wow. Neanderthals are not extinct, from Hartman 3 years ago. Whew. Both Neanderthals and Homo sapiens are believed to share a common ancestor in the form of Homo heidelbergensis, but there are clear differences between the two. Neanderthals were brutish and brawny, well equipped to hunt larger animals and survive in colder climates, whereas Homo sapiens were slender limbed and only capable of hunting smaller prey. But as millennia passed, Homo sapiens learned to create tools and hunt in packs. The Neanderthals who actually had larger brains, or I think they mean had, than the Homo sapiens also fashioned tools of their own, but these were crude in comparison and developed a little over 200,000 years. Perhaps because these simple-minded beings favored small family units, so that even if a breakthrough occurred, it was unlikely to be shared with others. This isolation, more than any other factor, seems to have led to their decline. Homo sapiens, meanwhile, conceived religion with which large numbers of individuals could be bound together in service to a common cause. Strength in numbers also made their communities more resistant to famine and other calamities. In other words, Homo sapiens grew stronger through interpersonal connections by creating what came to be called society. If we persist in our divided state, we risk losing this hard-won unity and dooming ourselves to the Neanderthals' fate. We will dwindle and die, apart and alone. But history holds another intriguing lesson. Homo sapiens did not disdain Neanderthals. The two species even intermingled on occasion. Our DNA retains vestiges of our ancient cousins even now. So you see, while a species itself may disappear, its genetic legacy may yet endure. Hartman's theory of evolution. Geez, Hartman, do they have to be so long? The evolution of life on Earth could be described as the evolution of consciousness. When the first vertebrates clambered out of the oceans and onto the land, their consciousness expanded to process the new realm that lay before them, but their development did not end there. Their eyes moved from their flanks to their fronts, that they might comprehend the depth of the world. Mammals formed groups, increasing their chance of survival. Eventually, they came together in communities, and then larger societies, in order to preserve and maintain these structures. Humans developed a perception of time, and in order for societies to outlast the lifespan of the individual, we conceived of an afterlife and a future beyond ourselves. Alas, the Death Stranding threatens to undo all our progress. Consider the chiral network, which incorporates the beach, where time does not exist. Or consider timefall, which rapidly accelerates the degradation of that which it comes into contact with. How can our sense of time, honed over millions of years, remain intact when we must cope with such irrational phenomena? Yet, that is but the tip of the proverbial iceberg. We are growing apart, retreating into isolation, gradually losing our place within society. I would even go so far as to say our conceptions of reality are under threat. How would they not be, when our very eyes deny the invisible BT that stands before us? The stranding has warped our consciousness in every sense. If the evolution of life on Earth is indeed akin to the evolution of consciousness, then what is happening now is undeniably a regression, is it not? There is one caveat, though. Caveat, however you want to pronounce it. Of course, some of us are now far more aware of death than we ever were. That is what Dooms has given us. For me, therefore, Dooms is not merely a biological change. I prefer to think of it as the means by which I have achieved a new form of consciousness. Furthermore, I hope and believe that this new awareness of the other side is humanity's trump card as we seek to defeat the Death Stranding. Umbilical cords in Devonian era fossils. 3 months ago. That's pretty recent. An article from an old scientific journal was recently brought to my attention. It predates the Death Stranding and concerns the discovery of a 380 million year old fossil, one from the Devonian era, to give the period its proper name. It was a fossil of a fish, and in its womb was a child connected to its mother by an umbilical cord, no less. The species? Meterpiscus addenborough. It's a placoderm, an extinct class of armored marine creatures that used to live in the seas the world over. Unfortunately, most were wiped out during the Devonian era, right around the time of the second of the Big Five, in fact. As you may be aware, one of the key foci of my research is the link between creatures with umbilical cords and the mass extinctions. Once this area is connected to the chiral network, it is my hope that we will be able to piece together more data that will help us learn more about the link between umbilical cords and the Death Stranding. So I don't care about reptiles? Ugh. My God. So many interviews. Jeez. Oh, this episode is just going to be interviews. Interview with a geologist 1 year ago. I remember it was just before I joined the expedition when I found those documents in Bridges HQ, research papers that predated the Death Stranding. People used to believe that dinosaurs had gone extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, 65 million years ago. But when this fellow investigated various locations where late Cretaceous dino fossils had been had been found, he came to the startling conclusion that there was hardly any evidence anywhere on Earth that supported the theory that dinosaurs had survived until the end of the Cretaceous. In other words, almost all of them had been wiped out long before that. The only place where there were fossils that did support the traditional theory was here in North America, which suggests that this was the last part of the Earth to have been inhabited by dinosaurs. Not everyone agreed that this analysis at the time, but let's say he had it right. That would mean that there is evidence of a mass extinction hidden here, right beneath our feet, evidence which could prove invaluable in understanding the one on the horizon. Did the dinosaurs which happened to live here just get lucky? Or is there something special about this place that allowed them to survive? I'd love to get to the bottom of it, but I'm not sure I have what it takes. I'm not like Hartman. I don't have dooms or any other unique traits. Still, I want to make myself useful. I want to research the Stranding and help uncover the truth behind it. That's why I joined the expedition team after all. Interview with the paleontologist. Even longer. In the period since the first time... Oh, see, I'm starting to really lose it now. In the period since the very first forms of life arose here on Earth, the planet has witnessed a number of mass extinctions, and you're no doubt aware the most significant of these are known as the Big Five. The first mankind marked, the first marked the end of the Ordovician period, while the next, at the end of the Devonian period, wiped out almost all marine life. But the third of these extinctions at the end of the Permian period, around 250 million years ago, was even worse. 96% of all marine organisms and 70% of land organisms died as a result. The fourth extinction finished off most large reptiles, though the dinosaurs managed to hold on until the fifth came along at the end of the Cretaceous period, 65 million years ago. We humans are evolved from these small mammals which managed to survive that particular catastrophe. Each of these five extinctions resulted from enormous changes to the natural environment. Species which were unable to adapt to these changes perished, while those which were ideally situated to evolve and thrive did just that. Evidence from records which predate the Death Stranding indicate that many scholars believed a sixth mass extinction was on its way, or that it may have already begun. There was something of a consensus, don't know, I couldn't say that word, regarding its cause as well, humanity's destruction of the environment. This led them to sound the alarm, warning the world of what was at stake. At the time, the greatest minds of the era believed that if the ecosystem could be preserved, and if humanity could learn to live in harmony with nature, then a future could be secured for all the world's species, humans included. But that was then, and this is now. If the phenomenon we are currently experiencing is indeed the sixth extinction, then it must be acknowledged that humanity is its main target. Is this divine punishment for our misdeeds? If so, then I suppose there is little that can be done. Perhaps there is no way forward for humanity now. Nevertheless, I refuse to give up. I will endeavor to find hope in our predicament. Interview with the Evo Devo biologist. I was born after the Death Stranding, so my conception of what the world once was is derived entirely from documents, photographs, and video. We didn't used to have timefall, for one, just regular rain, no chiral clouds, only the traditional masses of suspended moisture, and one certainly didn't have to worry about tar bubbling up from the underground. In most locales, humans could travel anywhere, even into space, and we were blissfully unaware of the beach's existence. Suffice it to say, there's no doubt that this is a period of sweeping change that will have lasting repercussions for all life on Earth, given that dooms may simply be humanity's way of trying to adapt and survive. A beach exists within the consciousness of every individual, but these environmental changes, they affect all life on a genetic level, do they not? That is why I thought to investigate them. And the medium through which I chose to do so is the tar which has become so ubiquitous. But you're not interested in that, I'm sure. Not really. So, there is a very real possibility that we have already failed to adapt to the sixth extinction, that we are but another evolutionary dead end, soon to be left behind. If that is the case, then it could be reasoned that the ones afflicted with dooms, and therefore blessed with an enhanced perception of the beach, are our successors who will survive and supplement, whatever, us. I suppose that would be a shame, but it doesn't trouble me all that much. My research will survive me as well, and the doomed sufferers can pick up from where I left off. They will carry on my genetic lineage too, for that matter. No, what worries me is that not even doomed will prove sufficient to endure this extinction. If that is the case, then humanity is doomed. It's certainly a possibility we have to acknowledge. But more than that, one question looms above all. Why now? Why like this? That's what I want to know more than anything. Somehow I doubt the dinosaurs and all the other species that came and went ever considered that question, worrying over the reason for this, and that is a uniquely human condition, I suppose. Yet this idle curiosity may be the key to understanding the overcoming the stranding. Well, they wouldn't. The people with dooms wouldn't be able to be the next one because there doesn't seem to be enough of them. Like throughout this entire game, there's only been a couple, so there's not really enough of them to carry on if everybody were to just die out at the moment. So tar bubbles up from the beach. I'd heard this area was pretty. Oh wait, oh it's from Aaron Hill. Okay. I'd heard this area was pretty inhospitable before I got here. Got your fair share of mountains, obviously, and on top of that, where all these rumors. Oh, on top of that, were all these rumors about a secret terrorist base or something. So I figured I was in for a bad time. But when me and the team got here, yeah, it was way worse than what we thought. I felt like we could get jumped any second, you know? I'll tell you what, though, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw all the tar out west. Wondered how the hell Amelie and her team made it through. But someone said it wasn't nearly as bad when they made the trip. I was sent out to take a closer look, and man, it was something else. And it hadn't been that long either. Hard to imagine all that bubbled up damn near overnight. Honestly, I felt like I was standing at the edge of the world. We don't know much about the tar except that it wasn't around before the stranding, same as Timefall and Chiralium. There's some speculation that it might be some byproduct of the beach, and that if you could somehow retrace the flow, you'd end up there. But that's all theoretical stuff. Right now, we've got a practical problem to deal with. One of the chiral relays we built is at risk of going under at any moment. We don't have the manpower to relocate it yet, but we should know once the second expedition shows up. Whether we can wait that long is another question, though. Maybe you could tell them to get their asses in gear if you get the chance. Okay. Thank God that's it. Alright, now let's head back to Hartman. And we've seen this one. I think it's funny how just 144 meters of a zip line is just the biggest help. You really wouldn't think it would be. Especially, well, it's because it's in the mountains and the snowy area. If it wasn't, then it'd be like nothing. But
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
I need some new boots. Let's see. Let's go ahead and recycle these chemicals. How's that doing? That's doing pretty good. Where are... Here they are.
Thank you for your
Oh wait,
contribution.
our bots finish? Yes. Alright, let's see. Well, this one is the best. It's time sensitive.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her car and half failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Dead Man. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Di Hardman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it in secret. The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. Almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it, so I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the President's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both had the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles, but some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side.
I guess I was wrong.
I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the Iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all without exception, found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands. And it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain. And since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the President is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Die Hardman?
with your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
Right.
Activating lab security measures. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He always gives us back those likes.
It's time, Sam. When you're ready, proceed to the shore of the tar belt and begin work on the chiral relay. Once it's ready, use the Cupid to bring it online. The necessary materials are prepped for you. Supplies are limited, so handle them with care. You'll be carrying a lot, too. All things considered, this might be one of your hardest runs to date. Hartman knows more about the site than I do, so he'll take it from here. It's about time for his wake-up call anyway.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Right. About that way station. The site we have chosen was an original candidate for the way station we lost to the tar belt. Ironically, we suspended construction because we deemed it a little too unstable and not worth the risk. But this time, it's our best shot. So let's hope we weren't right to change horses in midstream. Fortunately for us, the foundation we laid down is still intact. All you have to do is transport the necessary materials to the site and finish the job. I'm afraid it's the only way we can expand the network further west and rescue Harmony. We're counting on you, Sam.
Okay. 150.
Remember, Sam, your objective is to bring a new chiral relay online by the tar belt. And to do that, you'll need to collect the necessary materials at Hartman's lab. And once the relay's up and running, you'll be able to proceed to Edge Knot City. Good luck.
The funny thing is I can go most of the way there on zip lines. I believe, so. Let's see, we got mules, BTs, slopes, cliffs, and boulders. Completing on foot may prove difficult. Use a floating carrier or vehicle. I know. There's actually a vehicle. It's been parked there ever since. I don't think we'll need any more ladders than we have. We have 3 climbing anchors. Let's grab one more PCC. We've got 2 container repair sprays. I doubt we need more. Let's go ahead and do a power skeleton. We are going through the mule territory, so boulder gun level 2. Let's go ahead, remove cargo and equip. I think this is just too high to carry it all.
Order assigned.
Yeah. Okay, so. And then we'll go ahead and put a ton more on here. Alright, what do we have on there at the moment? Yeah, it's fine. Actually, yeah. Because now that I think about it, we're only at 57 pounds, so we should probably just put this on. And the power skeleton can go ahead and put in here. Okay, but I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Hope you guys are enjoying it though. Have a great day and I'll see you. Bye.